Hello, this is Duntov. So today, as you can see, I'm at the Tropicana site. So I'm on the east side of the property. Let me zoom out. Alright, so it is Wednesday, March 19th, 2025. So I'm at the OYO parking garage. And here's what we got to look at. Alright, so first thing I noticed when I came up is you can see the line of trucks all here waiting to get loaded. So we'll show the way. The wall might be in the way here, but big line of trucks. And they're all getting loaded with the crushed rock. So this is all the crushed concrete. There's a lot of trucks. I thought they would have more loaders filling these things up, but I guess one truck only right now. I'm not sure which way they're going to drive through here. Oh, it looks like he's just going to turn right there, and then looks like they're taking all this stuff off property. So we'll show a little bit of this, then I'll show the other side where they used to have all the other stuff piled up. Okay, again, if you're just tuning into my channel, what they're dumping in there, this is all the crushed concrete that was from the two towers, and any concrete that they got out of from the building and off this site. So that's what all this is right now. I should have asked for a couple jars of this stuff. If you watched my Allegiant Stadium build, I actually got some dirt. I still have some of the dirt from the construction site, just like a little bucket full. So I do have some dirt. This one I never got anything. If anyone watches, has connections, little bucket of this this would be Tropicana pieces of the building. All right, so we got the big pile here, and you can't see a lot of it, it's still blocked, but behind it, that's still the concrete that needs to be all crushed. So you can see I can see 5 excavators on this area. This one's not doing anything. This is the one that actually loads the rock crusher. And they might be cleaning the rock crusher out. You can see the ladder there, so maybe some of the crew climbed up inside to clean it. I have been here before when they were doing that. I think just some of the big chunks, or even maybe some rebar that makes its way through there, ends up getting stuck in there. So, but that yellow excavator, the deer, that one is what loads the excavator, and then it goes through the crusher and then up the conveyor belt over here and then into this pile that they're loading into all these trucks right now. So I'm not sure what they're doing exactly back there. You can see the rock crusher is not on. There's nothing coming at the end of the conveyor right now. And then if we look in the back, we do have all these other ones. I'm not sure what they're doing, if they got like the pulverizer end where they squeeze it to get the rebar out or not. And then you can see a few more back this way sticking up here and there. Alright, looks like this one in the front just has a bucket. I don't know if it's a skeleton bucket. I can't see it too good. But it's actually going really quick. I'm going to swing over here. This appears to be another rock crusher. It doesn't seem as fancy as the other one they have, but I'm assuming that's what this is. But you can see it's just sitting there. It's not in use right now. It's right underneath the billboard. So almost a year ago. March 25th through 27th, Jamie Kennedy. So that is from 2024, this billboard. Alright, we're going to zoom in on this excavator. It looks like that they had the, I think that's the pulverizer one. Yeah, that's the one they use to squeeze the concrete to bust out like the rebar. Alright, I'm gonna go down to the other end. We're gonna try to look at the back tower and front tower area and see what we could see. Alright, I just moved down a little bit. So we can see this big pile of debris here in the middle. This appears like this is the stuff they still have to go through. If we look down on the bottom, it looks like this is some rebar. You can see right there. So this is the kind of stuff they still gotta like crush and pull the rebar out. That might even be what, if we look down here, we got this group of people working, and that excavator is like spreading out. It was just spreading out some of the dirt or rocks. Yep, so there you go. So they're actually hand picking out some rebar now. I'll zoom out so we can see a little more what they're doing. So that's a lot of work that way. You know, they didn't do the whole building that way, but that's what they're doing now. So I'm interested, did anybody, there was earlier this month, a couple weeks ago, they had where you could get on the interest list for like priority list for the A's season tickets when they come here. So I did sign up on the first day. It was $19.01, kind of like a donation. I think they said it's going to, you know, some charities. So $19.01, and then you're on the list to get priority access, they say, for, you know, when they start releasing tickets. So I signed up. I don't know what tickets are going to cost, if I could even afford them. You know, I know I can't attend, what is it, 81 regular season home games, but it's just something to, you know, if I'm not on the list, I don't have a chance at all. So I'm like, I signed up. Wonder if anyone else did, or like what your plans are. I talked about it before. Some people were saying they'd like to do like, you know, a few people like do like a group so you could split tickets. Just wondering people's thoughts, ideas, or if you're buying them, or if you're not going to buy them. So you gotta remember this, just like with the Raiders, there's a lot of visiting team fans here. Just because of the destination, it's an excuse to come to Vegas. So even if you're not an A's fan, I think people are still going to buy them up. Alright, so this looks like that's what these groups are doing. They just keep going back and forth, pulling out rebar. Let's zoom in here. I'm trying to figure out what this is. Kind of looks like it's a set of cutting torches. It's kind of hard for me to see, but I think it is. It looks like that's the dolly with the torch set. So let's see, I think he's gonna drop it and then they'll pick through it. See how he just dropped it out and then they're cleaning, they're gonna pick through it. That's a long process. Alright, I'm gonna zoom out. I don't know if anybody noticed. I noticed when I first walked up, so I'm not surprised. Sad to see it go, but the little tree is now gone. So if you remember my last time I was out here, they were tearing up all the pavement, all the blacktop. They had it pretty much all tore up, and that's all gone. I don't see any of it around here. They scooped all that up because the tree was kind of like its own little island where they didn't have any, you know, it was still up. It was just starting to get its new leaves starting to pop out, and poor tree's gone. It made it pretty long though. So now all we really got left in here are the two billboards on each of the sides. Okay, let's look at this back tower. The back tower, I don't see any concrete. I don't see like any jackhammering or anything. As you can see there, they got the one loader there. And then we got one excavator there. I can't see what, if he has a bucket or what they're using, but pretty much seems like all the concrete is cleaned up over here. They're just, you know, they're just scooping up everything now to get everything good. I mean, these trucks are just coming in and out one after another. It's really moving along fast. So yeah, this back tower is cleaned up. Let me swing over to the front. And they got trucks down there with loaders just filling them up also. You know, pretty much all that was left. They were doing a little bit of that tunnel from that went from the front tower to the back tower. And then they had like that, kind of was like a basement area. That was all over here, and that's all gone. So towers are pretty much, you know, the towers are gone. It just seems like now everything is just, you know, crushing the rest of this concrete and then getting it all moved out. Can't see one of the dump trucks dumping the stuff back here now. So that's just the area they're working to crush it and get it ready for the rock crusher. or pulverize it and then put it in the rock crusher. So, you know, word is this is supposed to be done within a month. They're saying maybe, you know, mid-April. And the rate they're going, I think it's going to happen. Still haven't heard anything on groundbreaking yet though for the stadium. So it's not official till it's official, but all the hurdles so far have been, you know, taken care of. So I would think, you know, any week now they should be announcing groundbreaking. All right, so we can see the trucks up there again getting loaded. That's that fence down there, you know, there's the Excalibur, so that's along Las Vegas Boulevard. If you remember, they had all that dirt back in this corner there. That would be the southwest corner. You could see how that's all pretty much cleared out. There's one excavator still working down here. There's a little bit left. You can see a few piles. So this thing's going to be ready to get leveled, you know, within a month. That's my prediction. I would say within a month, this whole site will be leveled. So if you'd like to keep seeing updates on this demolition as well as the build of the stadium, then I'm also doing the transformation of the Mirage to the Hard Rock. Please follow my channel at Raiders1967. Get updates on all that. And if there's anything you enjoy watching, if you could give me just that thumbs up, that helps the channel also. You know, just help. There's all kinds of algorithms, like where it, you know, how it recommends videos and stuff. So I guess that's all I got for today. So I'd like to thank everyone for watching, and I will talk with you guys next time.